Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I'm going to talk about food waste. So food waste is included in SDG or Sustainable Development Goals number 12, which is responsible consumption and production. Before I start this presentation about food waste, I want to thank to AEF or Asia Education Foundation or Bridge team who shares SDG knowledge to us. So I'm going to start this presentation with the definition. What is food waste? To date, there are no agreed definition of food waste, food wastage, or food loss. But in conclusion, food waste, food loss, or food loss and waste refer to the decrease in quantity as measured by decreased weight or volume or qualitative, such as reduced nutrient value and undesirable change to taste, texture, or color of food throughout the supply chain that was intended for human consumption. But a food that was originally meant for human consumption but which get out from human chains is considered as food loss or waste, even if it's done directed to a non-food use like feed or bioenergy. Food loss refers to food that during its process in the food supply gets spilled, spoiled, or lost before it's reached its final product stage, while food waste refers to food that completes the food supply chain to a final product of good quality for human consumption but still doesn't get consumed because it's discarded or left to spoil. Next. But why is this a serious problem? Despite this precious value of food, next, it is estimated that a quarter to one-third of food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted. Meanwhile, according to World Hunger statistics, about 1 in 9 people globally do not have enough food to live a healthy, active life. This, si- si- this situation can be even worse in the future with a fast-growing world population. The 2050 world population is estimated at 9 billion population. It requires a 70% increase in food production to meet people's demand for food. Next. So this is our table for a few countries and their annual food waste. Globally, the amount of food wasted is expressed in terms of billions of dollars. United States, United Kingdom, and Japan are three advanced economies of the world, which are also on the top of the food waste list. According to a more recent studies, it was estimated that in the United States each year, at least 35 million tons or 77 billion pounds of edible food worth nearly $30 billion is thrown away from restaurants, convenience stores, and supermarkets alone. Their annual food waste in the United States is 79 million tons of food waste. In Japan, approximately 19 million tons of food is wasted. This is equal to 40% of the annual food production. In Taiwan, approximately 16.5 million tons of food is wasted. In UK, 11 million tons of food is wasted. In Korea, 4.3 million tons of food is wasted, and in Singapore, 600,000 million tons of food is wasted. It is crazy to think that there are millions tons of food wasted in a lot of countries. Next, food waste impacts a lot of things, but actually, how does food waste affect our environment? So when food is wasted, the problem does not end at that point. In fact, more than 95% of food waste ends at landfill sites. So if you don't know what landfill means, is a term describing the disposal of waste materials by burial. But why is it bad? Approximately each ton of landfill food waste generates 125 meter cubic of landfill gas at atmospheric pressure. Landfill gas contains 60 to 65% methane and 35 to 40% carbon dioxide. Methane, ga- methane gas is over 20 times more impactful to our environment than carbon dioxide does. Next. So, carbon dioxide and methane gases are located in the Earth's atmosphere and trap the sun rays to help regulate the normal temperature in the Earth. It's called the greenhouse effects. You maybe already heard this, which it is a good thing, but if the atmosphere has too much methane gases and carbon dioxide, the normal temperature will rise and make the Earth warmer. So now we know how food waste impact the environment. Next, but why do we waste food in the first place? There are many reasons, but here's just a few. Number one, we always aiming for the perfect food. What does that mean? For example, we want to buy fruits. We often search for the most perfect looking fruit because we think that it's still fresh, it's nice, but because we think that, that causes to the less good looking fruit to waste because no one wants to buy it, apparently. Second, we never really think when we buy food. We always busy and on the go. When we buy food, we never really think about how it tastes. We just buy it because we think we will eat it, but no, we don't. Third, we have a lot of space to store fruits. We also feels like we never really want to see our fridge empty. That's why we're constantly grocery shopping to fill it up. Refrigerator actually has grown above 15% since 1960. But not only our refrigerator that's getting bigger, our plate also. The average dinner plate has grown by 36% since 1960. When you have big plate, you tend to put a lot of food on it because you feel like you need to load it up with food whether you can eat it or not. It makes our food portion size so big. Lastly, we always get rid of what we think of bad food. We sometimes thought that the food is expired when you still completely eat it safely. I I think the important thing that comes to food is our choices. Next, and how can we as the customer reduce food waste? First off, take what you needed. When we buy food, we should buy what we just needed. When we own cafeteria or canteen or dinner at home, we should take food what we will eat. Second, change your plate to a smaller one. That way we can reduce food waste without we knowing, and not only we prevent food waste, we prevent overeat. Third, eat leftovers. If we have leftovers, we don't waste it and we can use it and we can eat it again. Lastly, recycle. You can just recycle food every now and again. Just sit there and eat surplus food. You not only reduce food waste, you also can help people. Next. So, uh, I hope from this presentation you can think again about your food and eat, take what you needed, and think more about the food waste it causes and enough people of hunger, and that way you can make the world better. Thank you for watching. This is all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.